Now on the Health Watch, nearly 14.5 million American children and teenagers are now obese, raising their risk for both cardiovascular diseases and diabetes. The American Academy of Pediatrics has released some new guidance saying obesity treatment is safe and effective and shouldn't be delayed. Those treatments may include nutrition support, physical activity, behavioral therapy, and weight loss medications. The AAP says teens with severe obesity should be evaluated for metabolic surgery.
Drugs targeted at kids will make big pharma billions of dollars. And I mean, think about it, right? Have you ever tried losing weight through different methods? Maybe it's the Atkins diet, intermittent fasting, low carb diet, or heck, maybe you even went and bought a couple of exercise machines from Amazon or Target during the holiday sales that we just saw, right? Now, how about weight loss pills like Wegovy and Ozempic? Well, don't worry, because the FDA has got your back. And guess what? They've approved something new that's called Zepbound, the new trendy way to lose weight with little to no effort.
It's called Zepbound, made by Eli Lilly to treat obesity. The latest in a revolutionary class of weight loss drugs to get FDA approval, and it could be available to patients within weeks.
We're all extremely excited in the obesity community because will be the most effective medication on the market.
In a phase 3 clinical trial, obese patients taking Zepbound lost about a quarter of their body weight over 72 weeks. That's about 52 pounds, with many only experiencing minor gastrointestinal side effects.
I hope that as it becomes available and used, patients will see the same benefits out there in the real world that we saw in our clinical trials.
It works by mimicking two hormones, one that helps curb appetite and reduce how much someone eats, and another which works to improve how the body breaks down sugar and fat.
Now, you're probably wondering, Zepbound? Wait, isn't that the drug approved for people who are only 18 years old and above? And the short answer is yes, you would be right. Now, the long answer to that, though, is yes for now. You see, the FDA has approved these drugs that contain high doses of semaglutide, and they've done so for kids ages 12 and older, with the exceptions of Zepbound because it's just so darn new. Now, think about this for a second, right? Would you, as a parent, would you allow your kids to be on diet pills as early as 12 years old, or would you tell them to just go outside and run around and burn some calories that way? Comment a quick yes or no down below on that one, because I'm honestly very curious as to how you guys feel about this one. And while you guys are doing that, make sure you smash the like button for the video. The algo might not be very kind to me, and also consider being a part of the family by subscribing to the channel and turning on all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future videos and updates. I really appreciate it, guys. So here's something that you also need to consider with this drug. You heard that right, guys. Weekly. Man, I can already hear the people's dollar bills flying from people's wallets into Big Pharma's bank accounts. I mean, like, even the people who made the freaking drug admit that this is going to make them a lot of money.
There are analysts who say it'll be the most lucrative drug ever made. Hyperbole?
Probably. What we try and focus on is, are we making medicines that treat a deep unmet medical need? And we think obesity and type 2 diabetes certainly are those large unmet medical needs.
Probably. Now, if you ask me, that answer is hyperbole something. I can't say, but y'all probably know exactly what I'm talking about, and that this is going to be probably as profitable as heck. Now, don't get me wrong though. Obesity and diabetes, they're a huge problem here in the country, but pushing out a drug that will make people who have it become completely reliant on a drug that you're selling at these prices for life? Really? Man, that's something else. Now, the expectation is that these things will cost less than $1,000 a month. Can you believe that? I mean, anywhere close to $1,000 a month would be just kind of ridiculous if you ask me. Now, of course, I can't cite this as a fact, all right? This is based off of what these things usually cost, but let's just take a look at Ozempic for a second here. All right, so just for the United States, sales for the weight loss drug is set to hit around $14 billion. That's billion with a B for Bravo, folks. $14 billion annually by 2029. And that's just one drug. These drug companies make tons of drugs per company. But I mean, you know, this is for weight loss. It's really popular across the globe. So I'm positive that they took the right path to clear this through testing before approving it, right? Right? Hopefully. Okay, comment a quick 1 if you guys think that this actually went through proper clinical trials, and comment 2 if you think that it didn't. Now I'm gonna give you guys a second here. You guys good? Awesome. Well, if you answered 1, well, you would be wrong. So Zepbound, much like the C-19 vaccines that were approved through emergency use, received priority review and fast track designations. You know what? Why don't they just go ahead and fast track Social Security increases, huh? How about fast tracking term limits? I get that obesity and diabetes are two very huge problems here in the country, but there are already drugs that are out there that exist to combat it. It's like, anything that can make them a profit is now considered an emergency. But if seniors or veterans are missing out on benefits, if they're missing out on a home or receiving benefits that just don't fit their budget, then well, tough luck. Now, I don't mean to compare the two, but I'm just really appalled by how quickly they can move certain things that benefit them, but they're really slow to take action on things that benefit the American people without expecting a dollar in exchange. You see, they're not going to tell you about the side effects of Zepbound. That might affect sales. That wouldn't be good for business. It's the same thing with any marketing campaign. You can't sell anything by saying what harm it will bring, so you just kind of talk about it in a positive light point, right? Well, but of course, technically at the end of all these advertised medicines, medications, and whatnot, there's like 2 minutes worth of disclaimer that they're reading off all these possible side effects toward the end of the commercials, but clearly this is not what they really want to highlight. But what are the side effects of Zepbound? Or to put it plainly, what are the known side effects of Zepbound? Now I gotta say this because, again, these were fast-tracked. So it says here that it can cause, and I'm sorry if you guys are a little bit squeamish, but I got to talk about it. So it says that Zepbound can cause diarrhea, vomiting, constipation, abdominal discomfort, and pain, injection site reactions, fatigue, hypersensitivity, allergic reactions, burping, hair loss, and this one's a little bit of a mouthful. So, it can also cause gastroesophageal reflux disease. Now, again, I got to stress this with you guys. This is possibly going to be approved for kids age 12 and up. And like I said, some weight loss drugs are already being sold to kids this age. Now I gotta ask you guys, why do we all of a sudden need weight loss pills for kids? When I was growing up, this wasn't even an option. You played sports, you rode your bike, you ran around the block, and you lost weight. And of course, you stopped eating sweets, that kind of stuff. Anyway, so here's something that no news site or article will tell you, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys because you need to hear it. We are heading towards making our kids dependent on pills, basically slaves to the drug company. Do you want your kids to be slaves? I know this seems a little bit harsh, but hear me out, guys. When was hard work overrated? I'm serious. Like, when was it ever overrated? How about working out or being on a strict diet? Because this drug would be the easy way to lose weight, so long as you have the money to waste. And I know it's not happening right now, but my fear is that these drugs will be sold in vending machines that might be finding their way inside of your local McDonald's or a Taco Bell or any other fast food chain, really. That way you can eat what you want and not, put on the extra poundage. I mean, I can already see the posters now. Buy a Big Mac with a free dose of Zepbound. Comes with a Coke and a free toy too. And then of course, a small disclaimer at the bottom that says that you'll probably lose your hair and experience pain unlike anything you've ever had before, but enjoy the burger and the fries. However, and I gotta keep it real, my perception about this entire thing might be a little bit skewed, especially with the fast tracking of many drugs that the FDA seems to be enjoying way too much. But what's your perception, guys? Do you think that this is something that you'd like to try? Something that you maybe have your kids try? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And before I go, I want to thank you guys so much for keeping an open mind. Thanks for being here. Thanks for liking the videos. And I'm going to see you guys on the next one.